Hello and welcome to today's Horizon 5 video where I will be taking a look at the newly added 1980 Lotus Esprit Turbo. To get this car complete, 20 points on the festival playlist during the dry season and it will be yours to drive around. So without talking about it any longer, let's get into the road testing of this retro supercar. We'll just take it as is, seeing how it is already set up for the road. Now, currently it is C-Class, so to me, supercar standards, that is quite underpowered, but being a retro supercar, it was probably really good for its time. I think it was roughly over 200 horsepower in this engine that it could output. Whirling minivan. That thing is actually quite fun to drive around. Next week we will be getting a Citroen off the festival playlist. In Horizon 4 you get the 007 or James Bond version of the Esprit Turbo, and that has a submarine widebody kit available. Like, oopsies, wasn't supposed to hit that wall. Anyway, you have that widebody available as an option which has not been carried over into Horizon 5. I'm kind of thankful for that since it did look a little bit ridiculous. So yeah, it drives okay, and I'm actually quite surprised it didn't get a lot of damage from hitting that wall back there, as I have got it on simulation damage mode. I was supposed to turn that off for this, but oh well. So up next we will be going into the wild stage. I will be fitting it like usual for rallying. Time to see if it's any good as a rally car. I have put a couple of exhaust upgrades on here and a turbo just to put it up in B class, as C was kind of slow. I felt it was definitely lacking. So this does have rally upgrades on the wheels and platform. Pass everybody and go around this corner easily. Slide into that skyline, he won't mind or notice. Okay, he did not like that. Now he's just going to try and block me from passing. On the old Fox body Mustang. Chevrolet Colorado Red Bull. I could do with one of those right now. It is a little bit annoying to drive off-road. Like, it's a bit slippery. Then again, that could be just because I got more power out of the engine slightly a little bit. Try and keep this position. It is rear-wheel drive if you were interested in that. I mean, you can convert it to all-wheel drive. Probably would handle a little bit better, but at the same time you'd probably lose top speed. About 60% of the way through now. So next, it did handle really well drive. Well, I thought it drove quite well in the Apex. So far in the wilds, not as such. I mean, like, you could probably get control of it, but it does take a little bit more concentration to do that. But at the same time, it can be a capable rally car. Probably not if you go max upgrades. You'd probably have to do some more on the handling side for it to be any good on that side of things. Well, let's take it in a quick run through the Baja. This is definitely going to be a little bit handling side interesting, as it is a retro supercar. So I don't think it's going to go too well at this point. But you never know. Already somebody has caused a crash at the start line. Drivatars. I did consider putting it to all-wheel drive, but then in the end I decided not to. We can get some air. Oh, and I still haven't turned sim damage off. Keep forgetting about that. I had to just try not to hit anything or anybody. Will be interesting to find out if I can actually win this thing with sim damage on. Approaching the big jump. This is going to do disasters on the drivetrain. So when you have the sim damage on, your opponents for some reason don't actually get damage, so it only affects you, the player. Like, I think it should have affected them as well, but for some reason it doesn't. Like Motorsport, if you've played that, not the new one, I'm talking about Motorsport 7, you know, to me that was better than the current one. Your opponents suffered simulated damage, where for Horizon they never have. So hopefully that's an improvement made on in Horizon 6, where your opponents actually get sim damage applied. Or at least even have a lobby for those that want to go online with sim damage, because currently it's all shared and there are a lot of rammers out there. That's why I tend to not go online unless I really have to for a Forzathon required challenge. Actually does seem to be holding its own in the cross country. And yeah, this route we are taking, oopsies, there goes my position. Always get messed up at the last second. Anyway, this route is actually part of the Titan cross-country event, where you start up on the volcano. You go along the same route here. And third place is not bad for sim damage cross-country. And now that brings us to the end of the look at the 1980 Lotus Esprit Turbo, where I took it out and drove it around to see if it was any good in Horizon. To me, it's reasonable. It's okay. I don't hate how it drove, and I also at the same time I don't like how it drove, so it kind of sits in between, where in the middle-ish. And if you're interested in more looks and reviews at cars in Horizon 5 added through the festival playlist, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video, where I will be looking at the new Citroen added next week.